Welcome back. If you're just joining us, make sure to watch part 1 first. Trust me, you need the full story. For those who've been waiting, let's dive into what happened when the police got involved. The police arrived. A detective questioned each of us separately. When my turn came, he was stern but professional. Mrs. Sarah, where were you between 1 and 3 a.m.? In the kitchen, then in my room. Can anyone confirm that? I saw Amanda in the kitchen for about 10 minutes. The detective made a note. And you knew about the safe? Jen mentioned the wedding money, yes. How much exactly? She didn't name the exact amount, just said her parents were helping with expenses. He leaned forward. Mrs. Sarah, I have to be direct. You're currently in a difficult divorce situation. Custody battle over the kids, financial problems. You took out a loan to pay for a lawyer last month. I felt hot all over. How do you... We check everyone, standard procedure. He paused. You had motive and opportunity. I didn't take that money. Then you won't mind if we search your belongings and vehicle? I couldn't refuse without looking even more guilty. Of course, search away. They searched everything. My suitcase, bag, car. Did they find the money and document I took? No, because I was smart enough to hide them in the ventilation shaft in my room, a place no one would look without a warrant for a detailed search. But they also searched Amanda's things and found nothing suspicious. After the search, Amanda found me on the terrace. Good acting today, she whispered. You looked genuinely shocked. I turned sharply. This isn't a game. No, she smiled. Then why are you still holding on to that money and document? Why didn't you give them to the police this morning? I had no answer. You know why? She leaned closer. Because you're already an accomplice. The second you took that envelope from my hands, you became part of this. And now, if I go down, you go down with me. She was right. I'd trapped myself. Imagine what the police will say when they find out you took $5,000 and a property deed, that you knew about the theft from the very beginning and said nothing, that you, a woman with desperate financial problems, held onto stolen money. You're blackmailing me. No, Amanda shook her head. I'm just stating facts. We're both in this. The difference is I'm not panicking, but you are. She straightened up. Here's what happens next. You stay quiet. I stay quiet. The police won't find anything because I already transferred most of the money somewhere. In a few months, everything will settle down, everyone will forget, and we both move on with our lives. You, with money for a lawyer to fight for your kids. Me, with a fresh start. What about Jen? Her parents? They have insurance. Amanda shrugged. They'll survive. But you know who won't? Your kids? If you lose them because you can't afford a decent lawyer. She walked away, leaving me with the terrible realization that she'd used my greatest vulnerability, my children, to make me an accomplice. The investigation dragged on for weeks. The police didn't have enough evidence to charge anyone. But inside our group, our own trial was brewing. Jen's parents were devastated. $30,000, that was their retirement savings. The property deed, now they had to urgently order a duplicate before someone tried to use the original for fraud. The wedding had to be postponed. There was no money. Jen became obsessed with finding who did it. She analyzed every detail of that night, re-questioned everyone, looked for inconsistencies in stories. And a month later, she focused on someone, Katie. Katie, the quietest, kindest one of us. And she became the target. Rachel accidentally mentioned that Katie had filed for bankruptcy last year after some bad investments, that she'd been hiding debts from everyone, that she was the one asking Jen about wedding details and finances. She was asking about money, Jen told me on the phone, her voice filled with bitterness. Now I understand why. She was planning it. Jen? No. Katie couldn't. Then who, Sarah? Who? She was screaming. Someone here did this? Someone I trusted, and all the evidence points to her. I could have stopped it. One sentence. But fear paralyzed me. Jen confronted Katie at a group meeting 2 months after the incident. I was there. It was horrible. I know it was you, Jen said, her voice trembling with anger. Katie's face went white as chalk. What are you talking about? The money. You stole my parents' money. What? Jen, no, I would never. Don't lie. You have debts. You filed for bankruptcy. You were asking about the wedding, about money. I was asking because I wanted to help. I knew your parents were spending a lot, and I wanted to offer to do some elements for free. Katie was crying. I would never steal from you. Then why did you hide the bankruptcy? Why did you lie about your financial situation? Because I was ashamed. Katie was sobbing now. Because I felt like a failure, but that doesn't make me a thief. Jen stood up. You're not my friend anymore. Don't call me. Don't text. You're dead to me. And I sat there, watching an innocent person fall apart. And I stayed silent. Katie became an outcast. Our group split. Some believed Jen, others defended Katie, but even they had doubts. Whispers behind backs. Suspicious looks. 6 months later, Katie moved to another city. She lost friends, her job, because someone from our circle worked at the same company and spread rumors. Her reputation was destroyed. But for Jen, everything was even worse. The wedding had to be canceled. The parents couldn't afford even a modest version after losing their savings. They went into debt trying to restore documents and secure their property. And that's when cracks started appearing between Jen and Marcus. Marcus started acting weird. He became irritable, distant, complained that Jen was too fixated on the theft, that she was destroying her relationships with everyone because of her paranoia. You accused Katie without proof? He yelled during one of their fights. You're pushing everyone away. Maybe it's time to just let it go. Let it go? Jen was hysterical. They stole my parents' life savings. How can I just let it go? Your obsession is destroying us. I can't do this anymore. 2 months after the canceled wedding, Marcus packed his bags and left. Said he needed space to think. Promised he'd call. He didn't call. And a week later, Jen's parents found out something shocking. Amanda had disappeared too. Just packed up and left, no goodbye. Left a note saying she was moving abroad, starting a new life. During their breakup, I visited Jen. She looked like a ghost of herself. He left, she said in an empty voice. Marcus just vanished. Won't answer calls. His coworkers say he quit and went abroad. Abroad? Where? She shook her head. I don't know. He just disappeared from my life, just like Amanda. They both vanished around the same time. She looked at me. That's weird, right? Sometimes I think I was wrong, she said, about Katie. What if it wasn't her? What if Amanda after all? She didn't finish the sentence. But the police searched her stuff, I reminded her, hating myself for these words. Yeah, they found nothing. She covered her face with her hands. But then why did Marcus and Amanda disappear almost at the same time? Why didn't either of them say goodbye to me? My heart was pounding. Jen? I feel like I'm going crazy, like everyone's leaving me. My parents lost their savings. Marcus left. Katie hates me. I destroyed everything. I opened my mouth and stayed silent again because I'm a coward. And for 7 years, I remained a coward. But the story doesn't end there. 6 years of silence, 6 years of guilt. And then everything changes. What finally brings the truth to light? And what happens when the real criminals are caught? The shocking conclusion in part 3. Don't go anywhere.